I'm going to show you how to do a watercolor portrait painting of a young girl. Let's start with painting with watercolor. This is synthetic number 10 ground brush, and I want to show you the color that I'm using today. This is a burnt umber, burnt sienna, Windsor yellow, Windsor red, and the Windsor blue with the green tone. Okay, I'm gonna just use a simple color. Leftover is more the mixture of the red and the burnt sienna. Artist watercolor paper cold press, 140 pounds. It's a block. All the paper glue on all sides, except there's a couple inches over here for me to take it out when I finish. I'm not gonna wet the paper this time with a very light colors. Seeing the movement of the brush to see how you would like to use the paper. Maybe on this side. I'm going to use it horizontal. Maybe so. The top, the left, and the right side of the hair, and maybe the face would be here. And now I see the bottom of the hair actually divide the whole vertical, the top of the hair and to the chin into half. So always thinking about proportion. There's another hair, another branch of hair over here. Okay. Now I already find the biggest shape. Now we're coming into to see, okay, where's the eye? Actually, this shape divide the vertical. Okay, this is the shadow side. There's a little shadow. And this, I think this shape, it divide the whole face into half. So this side, it actually the shadow side. And this eye is actually in the shadow. And about the other side, but the eye is not so big. And on this side, there's the eye over here. And there's the nose, come over here, and then the mouth. And then I'm going to do a little bit about the clothing is suggested. Maybe that's a little bit too low if I want to include some of the clothing. And I am going to raise it a little higher. Maybe the bottom of the chin should be here. Now, I'm going to use a bigger brush. This is a Chinese brush, middle size, the natural hair from the goat. I can use the water to erase anything that I don't want to keep. In watercolor painting, water, can be served as the eraser. Now, I'm going to make everything a little bit smaller so I can put something down here. I just introduce quite a bit of water into the paper, and I want it to be dry a little bit faster. And just use the paper towel to eliminate some of the wetness. So it's going to dry faster. Okay. Now I'm going to start. You may not have this brush, but today I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to use the regular flat brush, the natural hair. So it's very inexpensive. Okay, let's take a look how we're going to do that. For the hair, I'm not going to leave the white for the highlight. My plan for the hair, I'm going to paint it with dark color I'm going to mix that with a burnt umber, add the red and the blue colors into it so I can make a very dark color, but a little bit more on the red side. I am going to lifting off for the highlight of the hair. But where I always should keep that in mind is what is the form? What is the shape like? It is round, it's not flat. So here's the tricky thing. How can we make something look like round? So let's start it. I'm gonna take the burnt umber, quite a bit of burnt umber. Burnt umber is not enough to match the colors of the hair. I'm gonna get a little red. I'm gonna get a bit of blue. Now this color is pretty dark. I'm gonna need a lot more water. Let's start it. More water. I'm mixing more colors as I go, as I need. It's similar to how I would think when I draw. I do the big area first, the big shape, before I thinking about the smaller shape. So what I'm looking at is the big shape for the hair area. But I'm not looking into the small area inside the hair. Now next I'm going to work into the big colors inside the face. I'm going to continue using this 1-inch flat brush. I have two water container. One is I can wash most of the color first and then I wash it, make it even cleaner on the next. And I'm going to take the red and with the burnt sienna. As you've seen on most of my lessons, I don't use these two colors, but when I do portrait, it's convenience to use this two color because already close to the color of the skin tone. I just need to add a little red, add a little yellow, and would get to that color quicker. But you can always just start only with the three primary colors. Okay, now I'm going to working into the big shape with the shadow side. Okay, let's see. I even include the eye in here, inside this shape. This is the big shadow side. And then I come down here on the cheek and come down to the chin. Now my eye is searching for the shadow shape. And the mouth. And the lower lip. And then under the lower lip, there's also a shape. And on the cheek on this side, so this is the first round. Okay. Now that I divide the space into the shadow side and the light side, the light side just remain light, and I'm going to add the soft colors and the light colors to, like for example on this side, and almost the same color as on the lower part of the light side on the cheek. Now I'm going to quickly change to a round brush, number 12, red sable round brush. What I want to do, I'm going to soften some of the edges here. For example, I don't want that to have a harsh edge, so I soften it when it's still wet. And some color actually under the nose, a little bit more blue colors I can see. But I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to add the second layers when I try to define it a little more. And under the chin here, it's pretty soft because the reflected light coming from the clothing. And I also remove some of the, it just start lifting off as is when it's still when the color is still wet, and also start lifting off, make some light color here. Okay, and over here also soften it. This is kind of thing that you can do when the painting is still wet, but it dry pretty quick. I'll also soften here too, make it a little softer. Because I'm painting a girl and the skin is very soft, and I want to have that kind of feeling. If I'm painting an old grandpa, it may be not the same. Okay, cool. And over here, I'm going to also soften. They're supposed to be even a little bit lighter. This is on the upper eyelid. I'm going to start working into suggesting some color for the clothing. I'm going to mix maybe add a little bit blue colors, kind of a little purplish. So let's see. Let me see the big shape. Okay. Enough indication, and under here have a little details. That's it. That's for the clothing. I'm trying to do the minimum. Now I'm going to come back to the hair. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the second round. I'm going to start with the burn umber, add a little red, add some blue colors. Here you go. A little more blue. A little more blue. Make it darker. Okay. Starting from the top here. Just render the brush. Try to paint the feeling. A little more blue when it just gets darker down here. And come down to the band. Start from the bottom coming up. So it actually have the illusion of the hair texture. See, where's the bottom? It's supposed to be here. Good. Now on the shadow side, I'm going to have a little darker color. Now on the left side over here, even make it darker. The darkest color that you can get from this palette, it is the purple, dark purple color. There we go. Now I can walk into the edge of the face. So when you try to get the shape, I would like you to ignore all the details when you observe from the photograph. It just focus on, oh, what's the shape look like? Just focus on the shape. And you will get a better decisions. That's also pretty dark in this gap. Get a little bit come out like this. Good. And here also pretty dark. Gonna add the dark color here. That's good. Remember, this is still wet, so I'm not going to use the new color touch with the wet colors. It will make a big mess. So, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this brown colors to touch here. I'm going to make a very kind of quite dry with the brush and fan it out like this. Just have some loose hair, but a little lighter value than the dark color. Maybe here, like that. Have the illusion of the hair. While I'm still waiting for the face to dry, I'm going to do some lifting off for the highlight. I'm going to wash my brush first. First, I'm going to use this very soft hair red sable brush to start first. it just lift off some of the color to create that transition. Pretty easy to do. Keep lifting off the highlight area, just lift it off over here. Take that off. It's not necessary to make everything connected. Okay. There's the highlight area. Lift off some of the color. Keep in mind is the language of art, and also that affecting the way you see things, the way you try to get information. Okay, it's not about you painted the here, you painted the color, you painted the light and dark. And I may or may not have the highlight on in this area, because I'm gonna leave that to be a little bit pushed to the back. Now I'm gonna have a couple is a lighter, even lighter highlight. I'm gonna use this synthetic hair. It's very stiff, very different from sable. And let's see. And also is kind of flat, so lots of hair come together when I'm render this. So I'm gonna get a couple of white hair suggested. Okay, now I like that. And I have a couple shape in here. It's just when you think shape, a little lighter shape, a little darker shape. While we're doing this, for the highlight of the hair and the face drying, so we'll just prepare us, be ready to do that as soon as we finish this step. And having a plan is always important in watercolor painting, because timing, it helps. It's a good timing. Okay, I'm gonna have a couple texture, but you don't want to overdo this, because you don't want to make it look like a photo like. It's good enough to deliver the impression that is good enough. Okay. On the other side, I'm not going to do that. So I'm trying to make this to appear to be closer to the viewer, and the other is a little bit turning away. In fact, I'm probably going to put a little darker colors here to tone it down a little bit, so it looks like it's turning away. Okay. Extend some line, come up here. Okay, I think it's good enough for now. we need to move them to work on the face. Okay, let's come back for the round brush. What I'm going to do, I'm going to see that is the darker tone. I'm going to mix a new color. Start with the burnt sienna. And maybe take this color in here. Get a little red. A little blue. Okay. Maybe this is good enough, the color. So I'm gonna paint it in this shape. And similar color on this side of the shape. Now since I applied this color, I don't want this color to stand alone like that. I want to start extend it. Also, this is the corner of this eye. Also have a little darker color. That is the area for the eye. This. And there's the bottom of the eye. And here, lower eyelid of this eye, it has a little more red, but let's apply this color first. And I have a little red over here too. And this is also the lower eyelid. Let's see. That's the shape of the eye. It has this color too. Like that. Now it's the shadow side. Okay, now I'm going to refine the shadow, to catch the shadow from the hair. Like this. Refine that. Good. Now I'm gonna move in. Oh, here still a little wet. That's good. I'm probably just going to tap in, or just for the edge. Let these two colors merge together, like this. Now I'm going to come into the nose, because I already know the left eye, the corner over here. So the nose would be about here at the edge. And this is the shadow area, to catch the shadow area on the nose. Okay, like this. And let's see. This is the eyebrows. That's the nose. And that's the chin. I think the nose can be a little bit higher. Sometimes a little bit a hair difference, it make a difference. And then I'm going to add a little blue colors. This color, add it into this mixture. Because that area is a little bit colder. Let's extend it out like this, good. Now I'm going to working into connect that colors to the surrounding. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the little lighter color first. Connect that too. doesn't connect with color here, the water can help. That may be too much water, so I'm going to lift off some of the wet. Okay, and look at the corner of the eyes. It's not come out that much. I can actually extend that and eliminate some of the shape here as I paint it through. Good. And I'm going to add a little bit more red, just the red colors right here. See on the cheek. I'm going to just also use the red color, start shaping the lip, the mouth. I think the edge of the face can extend a little bit, come out here. Good. I'm going to also extend the color on this side to merge into the surrounding. Okay, and the corner, extend that color a little bit, make it softer transitions. And here, I'm going to use a little bit more yellow, a little bit yellow here, and press these colors so a little lighter, kind of light yellow, red, brown colors. Okay, here we go. And I take this color, I'm going to get a little bit more red here too, and press some yellow colors. I'm going to take this color. It's pretty fresh because it's orange colors. It's a fresh colors. It's perfect for the cheek. And also I can use that color for the nose too. Like this. Good. And the corner of the mouth. And I can see even a little more pure red into here. Take a look at the center of the mouth and should move a little bit to the right. Okay. Like this. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to just use the clean water to extend this. Extend this color, make softer transitions outward. I'm going to stop here as the end of the first part of this lesson. Please leave your comment for your thought and suggestions. See you in the next part.